Good morning. This is Mr. Allen, and welcome to week one of semester number two. In Calc AB, we are going to be reviewing integration, which is where we ended up last semester, and we'll look specifically at FTC, which stands for the fundamental theorem of calculus. In Calc BC, we'll be looking at sequences and series. So, for example, here you can see that there is a sequence of numbers that seem to approach a limiting value. I'd like to note that in Calc BC, pretty much all of the content this semester is going to be, quote, new content. So this means that students really have to maintain that level of discipline of making sure that they're keeping up with their studies. In geometry, I guess if you're a new geometry student, welcome, or parent. We are going to start off by looking at chapter 7, which is on polygons, and specifically we're going to look at these things called quadrilaterals. So here we can see we've got a parallelogram, which has a lot of nice properties. All right, so I want to spend the next minute on LMS stuff, Canvas. LMS is just the learning management system. So Canvas is our LMS, and so this is the system where not only does it help me stay organized as a teacher, but this is really more for students' benefits and parent benefit if you want to follow along with your child. So when you go to the home page, I'm showing this screenshot here because I want to emphasize the fact that it shows my email address and my phone number. So if you're ever not sure how to get in contact with me, obviously you could use Parent Squared, but that information is right there in Canvas. If a student were to click the next link, they would go to announcements. And in my geometry classes, you can see I've already posted an announcement about Math Lab during the school day if students are interested in getting some extra help. If they go down a little bit further, I kind of skipped modules because I'm going to save that for last. But syllabus, if you're interested in the syllabus, all of that information is here throughout the semester. So for example, student evaluation, a student can see that 80% of their grade is determined by performance, which is tests and weekly quizzes, and then practice is 20%. Okay, so here's where I really wanted to kind of spend some time, not a lot of time, but just a little bit. So if a student clicks modules, this is where I spend most of my time working to help students understand exactly what's going to happen, even if they're not here in class, if they're out for some reason, they're sick or whatever. So this is week one. There's other weeks as well, but let's just focus on week one. Up here, you can see the week overview. So this will be where I'd include the objectives and lessons that we plan to cover. So then here it says Monday, we're going to do a review and angles of polygons investigation. So this is what's going to happen on Monday. So this is kind of just getting things going because Monday's the short day of the week. Now you can see I've also got something here for Tuesday, Wednesday. So I meet one of my classes of geometry is period 1, but one of them is period 6. So I meet period 1 on Tuesday and period 6 on Wednesday. Anyway, so the first real lesson of the week will be, let's say, Tuesday, and it's going to be over section 7.1, angles of polygons. I've got my notes already linked here. Now, students cannot access those until after the class. It will release at that point. I've got a video posted of me explaining the content. Here are textbook problems. So what will happen is in class, I'll do a fairly traditional lesson typically, and then I give students some in-class practice problems, but then I tell students I'm posting some extra textbook problems. They're typically odd number problems so that they can check their answers. But this is something that students could do in addition to the in-class practice before they do that weekly quiz. That homework quiz. The homework quiz here, it looks like is due January 12th, which would be Friday. Turns out it's due at 9 p.m. and it looks like there's 9 points on this. So this is what students really need to make sure, and those are the students that have had me before kind of know how this works. But I want to just share this with you as a parent or a student, that this is kind of your 1-2 stop for what's going on in Mr. Allen's class. Okay, so there's that. So let's go ahead and finish this off here. Some final thoughts. Next Monday, January 15th, is Martin Luther King Day, so we will not have school in honor of Martin Luther King Day. So thank you very much for your patience. Welcome to class if you're a new student, and please feel free to reach out and communicate with me if you have any questions. Have a great day. Let's make it a great semester.